How awesomely amazing would it be to have a robot? Someone who's a best friend, who can clean your disgustingly messy room, walk your whiny dog, and solve impossible homework questions. For 12-year-old Kennedy, dreams incredibly come true when a beat up old box arrives on his doorstep. Inside is a robot named Grieg, but he's not exactly your typical walking, talking, room cleaning bot. First, he assembles himself. And when he devours a refrigerator full of food, his rear end turns into a cube firing butt. Really. But extraordinary dreams become hair raising and hilarious nightmares. In Jarrett Lerner's action packed Boy vs. Bot novel about a group of super smart, super nerdy friends who find themselves battling a gang of ravenous rogue robots who just might have a plot to take over the world in a total robot domination. Really. In Revenge of the Engineers, Book 2 by Jarrett Lerner, it was just 1 week ago, 10,080 minutes to be exact, that Ken and the Engineers were triumphantly battling 17 butt blasting, catastrophe causing robots. But one bot escaped, and almost immediately, weird things happened. A power outage swept through town, a satellite fell out of the sky, and every last crumb at the Food Plus market disappeared. Ken is positive the rogue robot is to blame, but he seems to be the only one of his friends freaked out. The rest have lost their ingenuity minds over Michaela Harrington, an alien-obsessed brainiac who's convinced everyone she's seen a UFO. And if Ken thought the bot was trouble, it's nothing compared to Michaela. Now, Ken's pretty much on his own, with quite possibly the fate and future of the planet resting on his shoulders. Gulp. Girls Who Code, Book 1, The Friendship Code. Loops, variables, input, output. Lucy can't wait to get started with the new coding club at school. Finally, an after-school activity that she's really interested in. But Lucy's excitement turns to disappointment when she's put into a work group with girls she barely knows. All she wanted to do was make an app that she believes will help someone very special to her. Suddenly, Lucy begins to get cryptic coding messages and needs some help translating them. She soon discovers that coding and friendship takes time, dedication, and some laughs. In Book 2, Girls Who Code, Team BFF, Race to the Finish, Sophia and her coding club, BFFs, have the best time together. Sure, they work on coding projects, but they also gossip about crushes, eat cookies, and act silly. Now they're about to participate in their first robot hackathon, a full day of coding robots and meeting other coders. So it's time to step up their game. But when a change of plans threatens to tear apart their group, will Sophia and her friends have one another's backs? Or are they destined for an epic fail? They know that coding is all about teamwork and problem solving. Maybe friendship is too. Steam Team 5, Book 1, The Beginning. A summer sleepover turns into an epic adventure when Maddie's dog goes missing. Sandia, Trika, Evelyn, Ariana, and Maddie use their skills in science, technology, engineering, art, and math to discover a vast secret that has been hidden for decades. Steam Team 5, Book 2, Mystery at Makerspace. The epic adventure continues as the girls of Steam Team 5 use their skills in science, technology, engineering, art, and math to explore the secrets hidden deep beneath Shell Mountain, while running the risk of attracting the attention of an ancient secret society. The story pirates present Stuck in the Stone Age. 2 books in 1 equals more fun. Number 1, the story. A glitchy time machine strands a bumbling janitor and a brilliant scientist in the distant past. Can they find their way home before they're attacked by angry cavemen or eaten alive by a saber-toothed tiger? Find out in this fast paced, funny tale spun from a real life kid's imagination. In book number 2, the story Creation Zone, create your own stories. This simple step by step creative writing guide takes readers behind the scenes, revealing the best kid inspired, author approved tips and tricks for crafting a show stopping tale. The Story Pirates present Digging Up Danger. 2 books in one equals more fun. Number 1, the story. Eliza loves hunting ghosts. Too bad she's spending the summer helping her scientist mother study weird plants instead. But when a mysterious plant goes missing, things go from strange to downright spooky. Eliza is convinced something or someone is haunting the plant shop. Is she digging in dangerous ground? In book number 2, The Mystery Creation Zone, create your own mysteries. This simple step-by-step creative writing guide takes readers behind the scenes, revealing the best kid-inspired, author-approved tips and tricks for crafting a show-stopping and spine-tingling tale. Secret Agent, 6th grader. My name is Brody Valentine. Please don't make fun of my last name. And this is the story of how I accidentally became a 6th grade secret agent at my school. My life is plain and boring, but I do my best to keep it that way. That's why when a dangerous secret fell into my lap, I wasn't exactly jumping for joy. Everything I knew to be true was completely flipped around, and suddenly I found myself buried in special code and conspiracy. Now I'm being hunted after because my brain knows a secret so huge your head would explode if you heard it. Secret Agent, 6th grader number 2, Ice Cold Sucker Punch. Brody Valentine here, and this is the story of the craziest day of school I've ever had. What started as a normal homeroom ended with me as the school's most wanted kid. See, the science class was digging up a time capsule from 1999, but it went missing, and for some reason, I've been branded as the thief. Every hall monitor in the school is searching for me, and nobody believes me when I say I was framed. Now, the only way I can clear my name is to find the real thief behind the stolen time capsule, but it seems the deeper I dig for answer, the dirtier the truth gets. Red, the fairly true tale of Red Riding Hood. Red is not afraid of the big bad wolf. She's not afraid of witches or pixies or deep dark caves or even enchanted beasts. She's not afraid of anything except magic. But when Red's granny falls ill, it seems that only magic can save her, and fearless Red is forced to confront her one weakness. With the help of a blonde porridge sampling nuisance called Goldie, Red goes on a quest to cure Granny. All the while, Red and Goldie are followed by a wolf and a huntsman, 2 mortal enemies who seek the girls' help to defeat each other. And one of them just might have the magical solution Red is looking for. Grump, the fairly true tale of Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the grumpiest dwarf of all? When Borlin, aka Grump, the dwarf leaves his cavern home for a new life on the surface, he thinks it's a dream come true. Queen Alfreda Veranka Ingrid Lenore, initials EVIL, evil, feeds him all the rubies he can eat and even invites him to rule by her side. But Queen Evil shows her true nature when she commands him to carry out a terrible task against her stepdaughter, Snow White. Grump is bound by magic to help the queen, but also to protect Snow White. He'll have to dig deep to find a way out of this pickle, and that's enough to make any dwarf grumpy indeed. Jack, the fairly true tale of Jack and the Beanstalk. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Jack's troubles have just begun. Jack is a giant mischief maker. So when he claims to see actual giants, everyone thinks he's telling tall tales. Now, Jack must take on the giants himself, chasing them to a land beyond the clouds with his little sister, Annabella, in tow. The kingdom of giants is full of slugs the size of sheep, venomous pixies as tall as grown men, and a chatty cook with the biggest mouth Jack has ever seen. But Jack and Annabella have even bigger fish to fry. The king of the giants has taken something that belongs to them, and they'll do anything, even dive into a smelly tureen of green bean soup to get it back. Rump, the fairly true tale of Rumpelstiltskin. In a magical kingdom where your name is your destiny, 12-year-old Rump is the butt of everyone's joke. But when he finds an old spinning wheel, his luck seems to change. Rump discovers he has a gift for spinning straw into gold. His best friend, Red Riding Hood, warns him that magic is dangerous, and she's right. With each thread he spins, he weaves himself deeper into a curse. To break the spell, Rump must go on a perilous quest, fighting off pixies, trolls, poison apples, and a wickedly foolish queen. The odds are against him, but with courage and friendship and a cheeky sense of humor, he just might triumph in the end. The Lemonade War. Evan Tresky is people smart. He is good at talking to people, even grown-ups. His younger sister, Jessie, on the other hand, is math smart, but not especially good at understanding people. She knows that feelings are her weakest subject. So, when their lemonade war begins, there is no telling who will win or if their fight will ever end. Rules. No toys in the fish tank. 12-year-old Catherine just wants a normal life, which is nearly impossible when you have a brother with autism and a family that revolves around his disability. She spent years trying to teach David the rules from no toys in the fish tank to keep your pants on in public in order to head off David's embarrassing behaviors. But the summer Catherine meets Jason, a surprising new sort of friend, and Christy, the potential next door friend she's always wished for, it's her own shocking behavior that turns everything upside down and forces her to ask, what is normal? Filled with humor and warmth, Cynthia Lord's debut novel takes a candid and sensitive look at feeling different and finding acceptance beyond the rules. Set during one of the most tumultuous years in recent American history, One Crazy Summer is the heartbreaking, funny tale of three girls who travel to Oakland, California in 1968 in search of the mother who abandoned them. It's an unforgettable story told by a distinguished author of books for children and teens, Rita Williams Garcia. The word gifted has never been applied to Donovan Curtis. It's usually more like, don't try this at home. So when the troublemaker pulls a major prank at his middle school, he thinks he's finally gone too far. But thanks to a mix-up, instead of getting in trouble, Donovan is sent to the Academy of Scholastic Distinction, ASD, a program for gifted and talented students. It wasn't what Donovan had intended, but there couldn't be a more perfect hideout. That is, if he can manage to fool people whose IQs are above genius level. But after an ongoing experiment with a live human, his sister, an unforgettably dramatic middle school dance, and the most astonishing come-from-behind robot victory ever, Donovan shows that his gifts might be exactly what the ASD students never knew they needed. When the substitute for Mr. Fabiano's class never shows up, his sixth grade students are left on their own. Wanting to prove that they can run the class by themselves, they decide not to let anyone know that they are teacherless for the day. With a little bit of careful planning, things might go off without a hitch. But a fight breaks out between Bastian Farrell and Rachel White over a classmate, Tommy Feathers, who died 6 months earlier. Rachel has communicated only by writing notes since Tommy's death. The class hasn't dealt with Tommy's absence, and now everything is falling apart. The school day isn't over yet. Will Mr. Fab's class keep flying solo or crash? Just like other kids, Zinkoff rides his bike, hopes for snow days, and wants to be like his dad when he grows up. But Zinkoff also raises his hand with all the wrong answers, trips over his own feet, and falls down with laughter over a word like jabub. Other kids have their own word to describe him, but Zinkoff is too busy to hear it. He doesn't know he's not like everyone else. And one winter night, Zinkoff's differences show that only names can someday become heroes. With some of his finest writing today and great wit and humor, Jerry Spinelli creates a story about a boy's individuality surpassing the need to fit in and the genuine importance of failure. As readers follow Zinkoff from first through sixth grade, it becomes impossible not to identify with and root for him through failures and triumphs. Sherlock Holmes is on the case. John Watson has barely settled into his new school, Baker Street Academy, when his teacher announces a trip to one of London's top museums, home to the Alpine Star, the world's most famous jewel. But the gem has been stolen. The police are soon on the trail, and the whole world is talking about the crime. When police catch the thief along with the stolen gem, it seems the case is closed. But Sherlock Holmes has other ideas. With John, their friend Martha, and their trusty canine companion, Baskerville, at his side, can he uncover the mystery behind this extraordinary gem? The Notebook of Doom. Warning, this notebook is filled with monsters. Alexander Bopp has just moved to Sturmont, and already he thinks it is one creepy town. First, he finds a notebook filled with monster drawings. Then he starts seeing balloon goons, those arm-waving balloon guys, all over town. Are they after him? And what's really in that notebook? Alexander is about to find out. The Great Green Heist, saving the school one con at a time. Jackson Green has reformed. No, really, he has. He became famous for the shakedown in Shimmering Hills, and everyone still talks about the blitz at the Fitz. But after Principal Kelsey caught him in his office, Jackson swore off scheming for good. Then Keith Sinclair, the loser of the blitz, announces he's running for school president against Jackson's former almost girlfriend, Gabriela de la Cruz. Gabby has been furious with Jackson ever since his last con, and she wouldn't want him involved in her election. But Jackson knows Keith has connections to Principal Kelsey, which could win him the presidency, whatever the vote count. So Jackson assembles a crack team of talented troublemakers. Hashimi, tech genius, Victor Cho, bankroll, Bradley Boardman, artist, Megan Feldman, science goddess and cheerleader, and Charlie Dela Cruz, reporter. Together, they devise a plan that will take down Keith, win Gabby's respect, and make sure the election is done right. If they can pull it off, it will go down in history as the biggest con ever at Maplewood Middle School, one that could only be called the Great Green Heist. Rare, meet Judy Moody, the queen of moods. When Judy Moody sets off in pursuit of fame and happiness, watch out. She's so determined she just might find them, or she might become more infamous than ever. This was the summer a neighborhood of kids transformed their ordinary block into a cardboard kingdom. 16 kids encounter knights and rogues, robots and monsters, and their own inner demons on one last quest before school starts again. Sometimes you find treasure in the trash. Almost always, there's nothing there but an uneaten tuna casserole or a banana peel or a diaper, which is why Jack's mom always tells him not to go digging through other people's garbage. But sometimes people throw away secrets. Jack finds something in the trash so strange that he shows it to Mike, and then they show it to Maggie. They're stunned, but they know immediately they have to try it out. And soon, this mysterious garbage find, a book of all things, allows them to turn the tables at home. Now, the kids are making the rules. But even though they are on to their parents' tricks, someone is on to them. Can they hide the handbook? Can they stay one step ahead and stay out of trouble? Sometimes the treasure you find spells trouble. Ray and her new friend, BB-8, face the dangers hidden in the sands of Jakku. Rebel Sabine Wren needs the help of a friend to protect some precious cargo, and Padme faces off against a bounty hunter with the help of her Jedi Padawan friend, Ahsoka. These thrilling tales have all the action and fun of a galaxy far, far away. Chocolate, chocolate, everywhere. John Midas loves chocolate. He loves it so much that he'll eat it any hour of any day. He doesn't care if he ruins his appetite. He thinks chocolate is better than any other food. But one day, after wandering into a candy store and buying a piece of their best chocolate, John finds out that there might just be such a thing as too much chocolate. Ricky Ricotta is lucky to have his mighty robot as a best friend. They play, study, and even get in trouble together, and they always watch out for each other. That's what friends are for. In this book, Ricky and his mighty robot meet a mean little Martian named Major Monkey, who plans to take over Earth with his monstrous mecha monkeys. When Major Monkey plays a trick on Ricky's robot, it's up to Ricky to rescue his friend and stop Major Monkey from menacing mousekind. Got a monster problem? There's an app for that. In a world where monsters, big and small, roam, someone has to keep these creatures in check, right? Luckily, there's App Venture, a brand new app that allows people to hire their very own adventurer to catch the beast. When 7th graders Tommy, Spike, and Kareem become registered independent adventure contractors with the app, they couldn't be more thrilled. But not everything is as it should be. An influx of monsters has wreaked havoc in the wild, and even more have been spotted outside their usual habitats. As the trio hunt them down, the kids stumble upon a dangerous conspiracy. Now they're on the run from a venture capital-backed startup that will do anything to make sure the adventurers don't live to reveal the truth. Jelly Miles would rather be playing video games with his best friend PB than preparing for a speech competition. In fact, he'd rather be doing just about anything else. So he's as surprised as anyone that he's taking this year's competition seriously. At first, it's for the awesome prize. But when the competition turns ugly, Jelly realizes it's his chance to finally get the last word with the class know-it-all. With his reputation, self-respect, and the friendship he values most on the line, can Jelly find the courage to get up in front of the whole school and show his true self? Laugh Out Loud Funny, Speechless is about standing up to bullying, knowing who your friends are, and finding your own unique voice. We, the members of the Get Rich Quick Club, in order to form a more perfect summer, vow that we will figure out a way to make $1 million by September. We agree that neither rain nor snow nor gloom of night will prevent us from achieving our stated goal till death do us part. Gina Tumalo and her Get Rich Quick Club are determined to make their summer pay off. They're going to make a pact and hatch a scheme, and their small town life will never be the same again.